They have pattern, design, structure, etc., and function. Well, then it looks like there must be then some mind at work behind it all. Now, if mind arranges and causes all things, if we want to say that, if we want to go on to that level, you see, because we're going to have to talk about what whole can we study that will make the particular thing we're interested in its legitimate part. So if I ask why's presuppose reason. You don't need the word why. You can ask, what is the reason for? See? What is the reason for a thing existing? See, the why presupposes reasons. And the only thing that has reasons are minds. So if you legitimately inquire into why does it exist, why do you exist, if you push the why question, you are really asking what is the reason for? And the only things that have reasons are minds. Therefore, you cannot escape the question, if you think a why is legitimate, that you have to go into looking for the reasons for something that crosses nature, goes across all the forms of nature. Once you start looking for the reason why things are the way they are, to the degree to which they are intelligible, you are going to postulate the existence of some kind of mind in nature. Ordering nature, right? Whether it's, I didn't mean to say it's in it as an intrinsic quality, though that it might be there. But right now, just to say that if you're exploring this question legitimately, you're up against the question of mind, the intelligibility. Let's go a step further. That's still not the issue. That's still not the issue. You see, because once you talk about mind at work, you can still ask, why does the mind put things where it does, how it does, etc.? Why? You still have to look for the why.
Yeah, but that isn't the only solution.
Pardon me?
Mind isn't the only solution.
Go ahead.
The idea that everything can start as a seed.
Mm-hmm.
And the seed just evolves, just like you plant a seed, and it just starts to blossom.
Why, sure.
In its own way. It doesn't need any mind. It has an intrinsic intelligence.
But if it has an intrinsic order,
Yeah.
what's the cause of its intrinsic order?
Nobody knows.
Intelligibility.
You see, where this is the issue. You see, wherever you see an order, patterns, symmetry, harmony, balance, that's elements of rationality. That's elements of intelligibility. Those things occur whenever they occur in the presence of mind. That's the step we don't want to make in our culture. That's the difficult step, because that's into metaphysics. And it doesn't make any sense to us. How can there be mind apart from a living thing that has the mind? Because we identify mind and brain as one. This is not. Hearing, right? Hearing is not accomplished by the ear, but it's through the ear. The eye doesn't see, it's through the eye that sight takes place. It's through the mind that intelligibility is an evidence. So that if you ask, therefore, why, you're involved in reasons. If you ask for what does these kinds of things called reason, you're talking about mind. If you're talking about mind at work, a moment ago we said that's not sufficient. Why isn't it sufficient? Because if mind is really at work, then whatever forms emerge have to emerge as a consequence of a natural order. Therefore, everything has to be where it should be if there is intelligibility. Uh-oh. best. You can't avoid it, can you? If mind is operating, then things should appear with a certain intelligibility appropriate to its circumstances, appropriate to the transformative powers that are at work. And therefore, it must follow that mind then would place everything where it is proper, best. That's where the logic goes, which we are repelled to consider because our age it hesitates before it gives credence to metaphysics. But now, this is curious, you see. The search for causes, then, leads us, if we pursue it along this kind of exploration, to postulate mind, and if mind, we have to postulate best and proper. Proper for the circumstance, proper in every respect. Well, let me take a moment out, all right, and add one more thing, okay? Here it is.
Problems with the word mind.
Oh, yes. I hope you hold it just for 1 second because I want to go right there, all right? What do I mean by best? Everything should be exactly where it is best for it to be. And if everything is exactly where it should be, where it's best for it to be, that's a concept of justice. And it's just for it to be where it is best for it to be under the circumstances such that it exists the way it is. Yes? Go back to your point. Yes? Mind.
You know, so people have all these different ideas of mind. Like people are trying to use their minds to manipulate the world, the other minds, like the positive thinkers or the Christian scientists. Mm-hmm. They're trying to use their minds to manipulate. They say there's some subconscious or thing, and they're using their mind to, they're becoming gods. Like they are deciding how things should be through their own idea of what they think is best, usually for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have manipulation.
That's certainly true. But the question we have is whether or not that's the way this term is being used.
I like the word intelligence better.
Okay. All right. So do I, by the way. All right. If you say intelligence is at work, yeah. All right, then there must be something that is intelligible. For it to exhibit intelligence. And then there must be some power at work for something intelligible to manifest in some way intelligence. And it can only do that through a intellect.
Not necessarily.
Try it.
There's something within us that's beyond the intellect.
Oh, certainly. Oh, without a doubt.
There's something spontaneous that happens.
I would certainly agree with you. But I thought you were going to hesitate on the word intellect.
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree that we can go beyond this and find something higher than this. That's true.
Yeah.
But if we say that there is this kind of exploration that have these kinds of ideas taking their point of development in the way in which we were exploring them, we can give up the idea of mind and talk about intelligence. We talk about intelligence